Imagine being in the water, surrounded by nothing but the vast ocean, when suddenly something moves beneath you. A dark shadow approaches faster than you can react. It's not just any shark, it's one born from the fires of an underwater volcano, a creature that has evolved to be stronger, faster, and more resilient than anything we've encountered before. What if these sharks, mutated and deadly, began to spread into areas where humans swim, dive, and fish? Could they become the most terrifying predators we've ever faced? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most alarming discoveries in recent marine biology, the mutated sharks of the Kavachi volcano. These sharks, born in the depths of an active underwater volcano, have developed abilities and behaviors that could make them a real and terrifying threat to human life. While we usually think of sharks as lurking in the distant, unexplored parts of the ocean, these creatures could soon be swimming in waters where humans frequent, and that's where the danger starts. Before we explore the shocking truth behind these sharks, let me give you some context. The Kavachi volcano, located off the coast of the Solomon Islands, is one of the most active underwater volcanoes on the planet. The waters surrounding it are some of the harshest in the world, scalding hot, acidic, and full of sulfur. But somehow these sharks have not only survived, they've thrived, evolving into creatures that could now pose a serious risk to humans. By the end of this video, you'll understand just why these sharks are so dangerous, what makes them so unique, and how they could change our understanding of oceanic predators forever. Stick with us, because what you're about to learn could make you rethink everything you thought you knew about sharks. Let's get straight to the point. Why should we be worried about these sharks? The Kavachi sharks are not your typical ocean predators. These mutated sharks have evolved in one of the most extreme environments on Earth, and that has made them not only resilient, but also terrifyingly dangerous. What makes them different from other sharks is their aggressive, unpredictable nature and their ability to survive and even thrive in conditions that would kill most animals within minutes. Here's where it gets truly alarming. These sharks are not content staying in the volcanic waters of Kavachi. There is growing evidence that they are spreading, moving from the caldera and into deeper, more accessible waters. This means they could eventually come into contact with humans, especially those who swim, dive, or fish in areas not too far from the volcanic region. These sharks have developed extreme survival traits that make them an apex predator in their environment, and this includes a level of aggression rarely seen in other shark species. Unlike most sharks, which tend to avoid human interaction, these mutated sharks are territorial, unpredictable, and driven by a primal instinct to hunt and survive. If they encounter humans in the water, the results could be catastrophic. Imagine you're swimming in the ocean, and a predator approaches that is faster, stronger, and more aggressive than any shark you've seen before. One that can withstand extreme temperatures and acidic waters, an unstoppable force of nature. These sharks may not hesitate to attack if they feel threatened or hungry, and the idea of these creatures roaming closer to populated coastal regions is terrifying. Their evolutionary adaptations, including a higher tolerance for pain and injury, make them even more dangerous. Other sharks might retreat after a fight or injury, but these mutated sharks could shrug off wounds that would cripple or kill their peers. This makes them a potential threat in situations where human activities come into play. If they migrate into popular coastal areas, the risk of an attack could skyrocket. Now let's take a closer look at what makes these sharks so resilient and so deadly. The Kavachi volcano is no ordinary underwater formation. It's an active volcano, spewing molten rock and sulfur-rich gases into the surrounding waters. The temperature of the water can easily reach over 100 degrees Celsius, and the water is so acidic that most life forms wouldn't survive for more than a few moments. Yet these sharks have adapted in ways that seem almost impossible. To survive in such harsh conditions, these sharks have undergone extreme physical changes. First, their skin has thickened and toughened, almost like armor. This layer of protection shields them from the burning heat and acidic chemicals that would melt or burn other creatures. Their circulatory systems have also been altered to cope with the low oxygen levels in the water, while their blood has evolved to neutralize the toxic, sulfur-rich water. They even have specialized enzymes in their bodies that allow them to handle the high acidity, which would destroy most marine life. But it's not just about surviving. These sharks are predators, and they've evolved to become apex predators in one of the most hostile ecosystems on Earth. Their bodies have developed powerful muscles and streamlined shapes that allow them to move swiftly through the waters. Their eyes have adapted to the dim, murky conditions around the volcano, and their senses are heightened, giving them an edge over other creatures in the area. Their brains have also evolved to make them highly intelligent and strategic hunters. They can track their prey over long distances, and their instincts are sharpened to allow them to respond to threats or opportunities with incredible speed. This makes them far more dangerous than other species of sharks, who tend to be solitary but relatively passive unless provoked. These mutated sharks, on the other hand, are aggressive and territorial, making them a much more unpredictable threat to human swimmers or divers. You might be wondering, what do these sharks actually look like? While scientists are still studying them, the general consensus is that they are larger, more muscular, and have more durable skin than their non-mutated counterparts. Their bodies are streamlined, designed for speed and power, and their jaws are incredibly strong, capable of taking down large prey with ease. One of the most striking features of these sharks is their dark, almost metallic-colored skin, which helps them blend into the volcanic waters. This coloration might be an evolutionary trait to protect them from predators or to help them ambush prey in the dark depths. Their teeth are sharper and more jagged, designed for tearing through flesh with devastating efficiency. These sharks are built for survival and for hunting. Their behavior is equally disturbing. These sharks are not passive creatures. They are aggressive hunters that will actively chase down prey if necessary. Unlike other sharks, which may be deterred by size or threat, these mutated sharks will not hesitate to engage. They are territorial, and if they perceive any intrusion into their space, whether it be another shark or a human swimmer, they will act swiftly and decisively. Their heightened aggression is one of the main reasons they pose such a serious threat to human life. The big question is, could these sharks start to appear in waters closer to human populations? The fact is, they already might be. Studies suggest that as these sharks continue to adapt and evolve, they could begin to move away from the extreme volcanic waters that have been their home for centuries. If they venture into deeper parts of the ocean that are more connected to popular coastal regions, the risk of an encounter with humans could increase dramatically. It's important to note that for now, there haven't been any confirmed attacks on humans by these mutated sharks. But if they continue to spread, we may be looking at a new kind of predator, one that is not just a threat in the deep sea, but could start venturing into the waters where people live and play. The fear is real, and the possibility of these sharks making their way into coastal waters where people swim, dive, and fish could become a nightmare scenario. So what can we do about this? The first step is to stay informed. These sharks represent an evolution of fear that could affect us all if we're not careful. We need to continue studying these predators, understanding their behavior, and monitoring their migration patterns. If you're fascinated by the idea of these sharks and want to keep learning more about oceanic predators and the dangers lurking beneath the waves, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Stay updated on this unfolding story, and together we'll explore the mysteries of the ocean. What do you think? Could these mutated sharks really become a danger to humans in the near future? Or are we just witnessing the evolution of a truly extraordinary predator? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think about the potential risks of these sharks and what we might need to do to protect ourselves. Thanks for watching, and remember, nature has a way of surprising us, sometimes with terrifying consequences.